Okay, so I saw something on Facebook, which is a link to something called Stop the EPA Ban. And it said like it was ACA. It said ACCA. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with ACCA, but it tripped me out. And I don't know if any of you guys know anything about this. I haven't verified what this is. And I just take a look at this. So this is a website called stoptheepaban.com. And it says the EPA's non-refillable cylinder ban raises costs for HVACR businesses and consumers, empowers China, and endangers technicians. Now, I haven't heard anything about that. Adam Hyde says Oxbox level. That's funny. It claims that you need a Linux level above train. There's only so many levels, but I do like that. The guy's like, what? Linux isn't represented, man. Or we will see that Daikin does. Maybe I should put agree level in there. Agree. Would you guys agree with that? That's good. Yeah. Okay, so this is the Stop the EPA Ban. I don't know if anybody has heard of this. I'd never heard of it until I saw it on Facebook. I don't know how legitimate it is. Yeah, look, EPA's in the chat. Here, why don't you comment on this, EPA? Yeah, he's really there. Take a look at it. So, Mr. Cool Level. Oh, that's a good one, too. So this says EPA's non-refillable cylinder ban raises costs for HVACR businesses and consumers, empowers China, and endangers technicians. Send a message to Congress now. All right, let's go ahead and just see what's going on down here. What's the difference between refillable and non-refillable cylinders? Well, that seems obvious. You can't refill one of them. Okay, but you know what? Let's read it anyway to find out if we're wrong. These cylinders are used to transport chemicals such as hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs, needed to service America's air conditioning and refrigeration units. They're talking like this isn't America. If they're referring to America's air conditioning, I almost feel like it's outside looking in. I don't know if this is real or not, but I saw it and I thought it was interesting. So we're going to look at it with the caveat that it may not be real. But someone went through a lot of trouble, so we're going to look at what they made. So non-refillable cylinder is 35 pounds filled. Okay, that sounds about right. It depends on what refrigerant it is. Refillable cylinder, 51 pounds filled. And I guess they're saying that, hey, man, this is heavy. You guys can't lift it? I don't know, man. I kind of like the fact that you have liquid and vapor taps on it. To me, that's like pretty good. You don't have to flip it over. You know, some of the tanks' original design was to have the taps on it where it would be liquid coming out of it, and you wouldn't have to flip it over. I like the fact that you could have liquid coming out without having to flip the stupid thing over. Because every now and then, you're not paying attention, and the stupid hose turns around, like you screw it on and flip it over, and then the hose gets loose, and you start leaking a little bit of liquid refrigerant or something like that. There's all sorts of ways, and there's probably a better way to do it. It's probably my problem. But you ever put in refrigerant and you have to flip over the tank and like something gets knocked over or the tank falls over or stupid hose gets loose? That's happened to me a couple times. And every time that I do that now, I think about it. It's like this hose is about to rupture because I can't see if it's turning down there. You know, I just always freak out about it. So I don't know. I like that. I think that's nice. I think it's great. Let me bring us back over here. So it's heavier, so we can't lift it, I guess. I guess that's the problem. 1,120 filled cylinders per truck and 800 filled cylinders per truck. Okay, but they're bigger, so that makes sense. So if it's 35 to 51, so it's about 15 pounds bigger. So it's about 30% bigger. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense that you get less of them on a truck. Yeah. And they put this is where I start to have a problem because they represent this like you're looking at Yelp or something online. So it says that one of them costs way more than the other. It says the refillable costs way more than the non-refillable. But instead of putting like an estimated dollar amount, they put dollar symbols, which is essentially meaningless. They put 4 on one side and 1 on the other side. So if we buy a cylinder that is non-refillable and it's $400 for, or let's say it's R22, let's say it's $1,000. And just to use a nice flat number, does that mean the refillable R22 is $4,000? That's the kind of misleading crap I think is bad. And then American made and imported from China. Well, I know that there's plenty of non-refillable cylinders that are Chinese, I feel like. So there's something weird going on here. And Curtis Donald says, why not just manufacture the refillable tanks in America? I would prefer refillable. I would prefer refillable too. That seems like it makes sense. So there's something weird about this. I don't know. Let's read about the EPA's reasons that they give for the ban. Why are they wrong? So here's what they say. You guys tell me what you think is your feeling on it. EPA concern number 1, unused chemical gets released into the atmosphere. I'm guessing like the last little bit of your cylinder gets released, but I think a lot of us, they use that to charge where the system's in a vacuum or zero pressure or something like that. You get that last little bit out of it. I think most of us can get most of it out of the cylinder if we're trying, I think, if that's what he's referring to. The fact is, this is the rebuttal against that. This is demonstrably false. It's not just false, guys. It's not just false. It's demonstrable. Well, I ruined that. Let's try it again. It's not just false, guys. It's demonstrably false. I'm not even positive I said it right that time. It is illegal to vent refrigerant into the atmosphere. Service technicians are specifically taught proper handling and must be certified to use and purchase refillable. Okay. Yeah, we all do that. All right. And I'm not saying I bleed stuff into the atmosphere, but I'm saying that it may be attaching a nobility that we don't have, like 100% nobility. Joe says, do they have a big tank at the supply house? I don't know how this works. This is the first time I've ever heard of this. And yeah, it's just funny. But that's why we're reading it, guys, because we're getting to the heart of the matter here. EPA concern number 2, HFCs will be illegally smuggled in from China in non-refillable cylinders. Facts. Illegal smuggling occurs in a variety of containers and is predominant in Europe today. Not Europe. Europe's the first of all. The solution is to improve border security practices. Oh, man. Importer tracking and penalties for those who wish to undercut U.S. companies, not a wholesale ban. Oh, man. Maybe we should put some really cool tariffs on everything. Did we just do that? I don't know. I don't remember. Let's just go to the third one. The third one. Is that 3? Are we on 3? Yeah. EPA is using the American Innovation and Manufacturing Act as a justification for the ban. Facts. It was a bipartisan bill that addressed concerns over HFCs but did not ban the cylinders. The intent of the law was to strengthen America, not weaken it, which this ban does. This ban gives America's power to China and Russia. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So we go down here. We see a quote from Brian Stack, president of Stack Heating and Cooling. He says, the cylinder ban will make HVAC work more dangerous, more expensive, and lead to significant supply chain issues. Hey, we're pretty much already at the supply chain thing. I don't think we need any more help with that. The new tanks will be heavier, bulkier, and much harder to handle safely in the environments we work in, cramped utility rooms, on rooftops. We'll read the consequences. Let me go back up here because that doesn't look too bad. Is anybody thinking we can't lift or fit these things places? Adam Heisch says the Facebook fact checkers must have wrote this one. This one slipped through the net. It must have been. Maybe there'll be big stations along the road where we can just fill these things up. That'll be better. Okay, here's 10 consequences of the ban. 1, American manufacturing jobs will be lost. If we still manufacture anything, those remaining jobs will be lost. 2, increased weight means more injuries and long-term strain on technicians. Well, I don't even count that one. 3, those unable to lift, pull, or carry 50 pounds will be effectively barred from the industry. I mean, who are we talking about? The people that can lift 30 or 35 but not 51? That's kind of a small window, isn't it? There's like 14 guys across the United States that fall into this category. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weak. Okay. Small businesses will have to pay more for cylinders, tugging on our heartstrings now. Don't hurt the small businesses. We always use small businesses, especially politicians, when they want to tug on your heartstrings. Meanwhile, later they're crapping all over small businesses. So first becomes the, hey, we're going to help you. Then second comes the crapping. That's the natural order of politics. 5, added $2 billion for U.S. companies. Added $2 billion for U.S. companies to set up refillable cylinder fleets. Wow. This is number 6, another form of price inflation, meaning some American families may not be able to service their HVAC units. Yowzer. Number 7, businesses will need to reconfigure trucks, adding to vehicle weight and maintenance. Again, the 15-pound cylinders are going to cripple and ruin the rear axles on all of your work van. What are you driving, E150s? 9, the already stressed cooling supply chain will be even further stressed. Oh, I forgot 8. 8, bad actors from China will flood the market with poorly constructed cylinders. Don't they already do that? I mean, isn't that a thing they already do? I was talking to I don't remember if I'm supposed to tell anybody this or not, so I'm just going to be vague. I was talking to somebody about a bunch of Chinese crap that found its way into the market. We were talking about that years ago. So I don't think that even makes sense because it's been happening for the longest time. And 10, vulnerable populations may lose access to AC when they need it most. I don't know, man. This seems kind of convoluted. Let's see what you guys think about it. Some women kick your butt. It's for women. I don't know. I think the women that even fall into the 35 to 51 category. That's got to be a small group of women. Can't we use that compressor tote or something? Maybe they'll make refrigerant tote or something like that. Maybe we'll get it delivered on the roof with a drone. Isn't this the future now? Are we supposed to be... Didn't Marty McFly have like a flying skateboard by now? Can't we get a drone to bring the thing up there? If you want to watch more videos just like this one, click on this playlist right here. If you want to see our brand new video, click right here. If you want to find out more about the great sponsors that make this show happen, click up here. And to join our email list where I notify you when we're going live, click right here.